Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Christin. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you with another story. Actually, this story got like somewhat of a positive, and that positive is the person who I'm going to talk about. They're not dead, but it could have been a possibility that it could have went left, and this person had a guy shot and killed and died. But thankfully, that's not what happened. But we're going to get right into it. So let me switch all over. The young lady that you see behind me, her name is Christin Evans. Christin Evans is 17 years old, and she goes to SFA. I forget what they say the name of it is. I'm looking at the article now. SFA, some kind of school campus where they got dorms for, I guess, for high school or whatnot, people like that, you know. Anyway, the story has it that this young lady was accused of something that she claimed that she didn't do. And what she was accused of was she had scissors threatening 10 students. Now, when I originally heard the story, it was from Instagram from my girl LA Show. She's on YouTube, LA Show. I originally saw her page, and I told her I'm going to do some research, and she's going to do some more research too. We both going to do some more research on this story because it just, I don't know, just sound, I don't know. It just, this is one of the craziest stories that I ever heard of. But anyway, the story was like the kids was white, but, you know, as I looked into it, you know, it wasn't necessarily all of them white. Because like a couple of them there was white. But anyway, though, I don't want to really just talk. Let me switch y'all over so y'all can hear it for yourselves. What's going on here? So, where are we going? Let's see, right here. All right, guys, let's hear what's going on here.
Yes, we're upset, and we want something to be done about it.
Chris and LaShondra Evans are calling on Stephen F. Austin State University to reprimand a group of students they say targeted their daughter on campus.
I want justice. I want them to have consequences. They played with her life.
When I sent my daughter off to school, you know, my worst case scenario would be that she would be calling needing money, or that she would be calling saying that she had an issue with her grades.
But the phone call back on September 14th was much more serious. Christin was with police. According to her parents, the 17-year-old freshman cheerleader was sleeping inside her dorm room when university police suddenly barged in at 3 a.m. with their guns drawn. The family's attorney says police told Christin they had received a report saying she had scissors and was threatening to stab students. And that's why police showed up and entered her dorm room. But police say that report was false. Christin's parents say police told them 10 students were involved in the false report.
I feel shaken. I don't even know how to think. I can't sleep at night because of this. It has made me really paranoid. I was looking forward to, making friends and having a good time on the cheer team.
The university police chief has launched an investigation. Here's what he had to say in a video statement.
The university is investigating a racially diverse group of students in an incident involving a false report to the University Police Department. The students responsible will be held accountable for their action at every possible level.
Christin's parents think the prank was racially motivated. Mom says it's the what-ifs that keep her up at night.
If she would have had something in her bed, kids sleep with their phones in their bed, or, what if they would have saw her phone flash, or the back of her phone is shiny, and they reported a knife, they would have shot her.
Have you tried the best leggings ever? Fabletics has got them.
And that's pretty deep right there. You got a young lady, as the story portrayed, you got a young lady here who's trying to go and get a lesson. Can't say she mind her business all the time, but a young lady, in a school. I don't know much about SFA. As a matter of fact, it's the first time I done heard something about it, but it's not like it's one of them schools that you really got to work your ass off to get into. But anybody who's down there can tell me how it works if you ever went there. But let's get right into it. So, first of all, let me say that this reminded me of YouTube shit. Stuff out here out in the streets, how people be calling people folks and calling police to people's house, just doing all kind of troll moves. I see people do this stuff on YouTube, and it just don't stop there on YouTube. It's all over social media where people, make just false allegations, and they just, and this shit just spin out of control, and sometimes you have a crazy ending, or it could be a possibly a deadly ending. You understand? But now, me as always, I want to know what led up to this. What led up to this false accusation, or was y'all arguing? Was y'all into it about something, or what? I want to know what's going on. So hopefully, if when I read this, or however, it's gonna give me something to go on and say what led to this. I mean, regardless of what led to it, or you made a false accusation, then that's fucked up, just because you don't like somebody, because people do shit because they don't like you, and it took 10 motherfuckers to do this on this girl, and that's fucked up. But at the same time, I want to say this right here. I'm an 80s baby, and I love saying that, because the way I grew up was my grandmother and folks used to always tell me that if more than one person say that you did it, then 9 times out of 10 you've done it. Now that was back in the day. Now we're in the era now, you can get a group of people to hate you. They will roll with the lie that one person told, so they can get you in trouble. They'll just sit up there and roll with it, which I don't know what's wrong with this era of children now, and even adults who act like children. One person can tell a lie, that you get a whole group of people, they'll go along with that damn lie and just get shit all spun out of control. But again, thankfully, that nothing did happen to this young lady. Let's see. It's called Stephen F. Austin State University. So it's a university. Okay, cool. She was at the center of a Swatted investigation in which her family said police stormed into her dorm room with guns drawn over a false report. During an announcement on a Monday afternoon, the parents of 17-year-old Christin Evans were joined by their attorney and called on the school to reprimand a group of students that say targeted their daughter. Yes, we're upset and we want something to be done about it, said the teen's father, Chris Evans. When I sent my daughter off to school, my worst scenario was that she would call needing money or issue with her grades. The incident happened on September 14th. According to Christian parents, the freshman was sleeping in her dorm room with SFA police officers suddenly barged around around 3 a.m. with their guns drawn. Man, I can imagine that, you waking up with guns in your face. I can imagine that. According to Christian parents, the freshman was sleeping in her dorm room when SFA police officers suddenly barged in around 3 a.m. with guns drawn. The family's attorney said police told Christian that they had received a report stating she had seizures and was threatening to stab students. Police then said the report was false. I want justice, said her mom, LaShonda Evans. I want the people responsible to have consequences. They played real life. I agree, if they lie like that, then yes, you playing a dangerous game with people's lives. That's fucked up. Christian parents said police told them 10 students were involved. I want y'all to remember that 10 students, and like I said, when I first heard the story, they claim all of them was white, but I'm going to show you something where it was a mixture of children. I think most of them was black. If I'm not mistaken what I read, most of them was black. But let's continue. 10 students were involved in executing a false report. I feel shaken, said Christian. I can't sleep at night. It has made me paranoid. I was looking forward to making friends and having a good time on the cheer team. There, let me say this to you. In this era, it's almost like there's no such thing as making friends. You make more enemies before you make friends. And, hopefully your mom and dad would tell you that, because you can't make people happy. No matter how hard you try, you just can't make people happy. And the harder you do try to make people happy, it's like the more you make an enemy out of it. Amen. I'm pretty much sure a lot of y'all can agree with me on that one. The more you try to make somebody happy, the more you make an enemy out of them. Don't understand it. She said she's looking forward to making friends and having a good time on the cheer team. The SFA Chief of Police, John Fields, has since launched the investigation. I'm not going to play that because he pretty much is saying those who are involved, they're going to be dealt with. In a response, Fields said a racially diverse group of students were involved in the incident. I want y'all to remember that racially. I want y'all to remember that word. Were involved in the incident involving false report. The students will be held accountable for this at every possible level. Last Monday evening, the president of SFA released a statement on Twitter saying each perpetrator will be dealt with appropriately. All right. The teen's parent, however, believed the prank was racially motivated. LaShondra said the incident still keeps her up at night. If she would have had some in her bed, or if they would have seen her phone flash, it's shiny on the back, and then had reported she had a knife, that she could have got shot. I kind of agree with that. Anything's possible. The mom said the incident remains under investigation. Meanwhile, Christian has since moved into a new dorm room and continues to take classes online. All right. So again, guys, like I said right now, the good thing about it, a young lady did not lose her life. So that's a good thing about it. All right. That's a good thing about it. Now, however, like I said, I want to try to keep that in mind about it's supposed to be racially motivated. Now, as I do this story for y'all, I pulled this up. If y'all can see right there, it says, now the officials are saying that evidence they have is supporting that the incident wasn't racially motivated. It wasn't racially motivated. This was published yesterday. And let's have a listen.
Don't let a third wheel cramp your style because of a less than perfect driving record.
Pick you up at 11?
Story making national headlines. Allegations of a racist setup at Stephen F. Austin University in Nacogdoches, Texas, in East Texas. It resulted in campus police storming a student's dorm room in the middle of the night. Now, today, for the first time, university leaders spoke publicly about it. We have live team coverage from Nacogdoches to Houston. We begin with Sion Rhodes at Stephen F. Austin State University, where the school's president and police chief both spoke today. Sion.
We saw a bit of mixed messaging here from the university's top leaders. The president of the school acknowledging, as far as he sees it, some wrongdoing on the part of the students involved, and saying at the very least they definitely violated the student code of conduct here. But the police chief at times during this news conference today seeming to defend the students and insisting it was not racially motivated. More than 2 weeks after the incident took place.
My heart goes out to the innocent young lady, the victim in this case. This case of false reporting.
Stephen F. Austin State University President Dr. Scott Gordon and Campus Police Chief John Fields.
We didn't know what was going on.
Spoke publicly for the first time since the swatting incident that led campus police to storm 17-year-old freshman Christin Evans' dorm room at 3 a.m. while she was sleeping.
Since this has happened, it's made it really, really, really hard.
Evans, her family, and their attorney says she was the target of a racist setup in a plan orchestrated by her 3 white roommates and involving 8 other girls who lied to a resident assistant that Christin was threatening to stab them with scissors. The RA then called campus police.
Were any of them harmed or injured?
No.
Chief Fields said his officers continued their pursuit of the alleged suspect in the case, Christin, who was asleep in her room.
Only one officer had a weapon unholstered. Once they found Miss Evans in bed, the threat was de-escalated.
The campus police chief previously describing the group of girls involved in the incident as, quote, racially diverse. Today, I asked him what that meant.
4 black females, 1 Hispanic, and the rest Caucasian.
The chief insisting because other students of color were involved, the incident was not racially motivated, even going so far as to pass it off as just kids behaving badly.
The evidence doesn't lead to any racism. It's more students doing stuff they shouldn't be doing.
The police chief says there is body cam video from the 3 officers showing what happened that night, and he says he will release it once he gets permission from the parents of the students involved. He also says once his investigation is complete, he'll turn it over to the local DA's office. They will decide whether there should be charges. In Nacogdoches, Sion Rhodes, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Sion.
All right. I stand corrected. Okay, it was looked like it was more white females. It was 6 white females. If I just saw that correct, it was 6 white females, 4 black females, and I forget what the other was said. But however, though, you know, regardless of what, you know, this is stupid and idiotic, and the fact that you have and I'm trying to go racial with this, but look like I ain't got no choice but to go that way because the way it's looking. You know, it saddens me. You will have black females, period. They'll be in on this to do this with the other people. And the reason I say that because things that been going on lately, you know, how everybody making like, white is overpowering us and, you know, it's all about the whites, white privilege, you know, this, that, and the third. But yet, you know, you still got our sisters or our brothers, you know, that's helping some of these people do dirty deeds. This story should be a prime example. This story should be a prime example. You got 4 black chicks that's in on it with 6 white females. And just that fast, I forget what they say what the other races were. I think they say they was Hispanic or something. Y'all in on this shit. So, again, I just want to know what happened. What did this young lady do so bad that y'all want to do this to her and possibly could have got this woman killed? Now, again, when I first heard the story, I was like, I'll tell the LA show, you know, I don't know, somebody just don't sound right. But now they are saying that the report was false. Then okay, cool, it was false. It was false. These young people with this gang mentality, I don't think they even half-ass understand that their actions can have a real fucked up opposite reaction. Their reaction that they got was bad enough as it is. But it could have been worse than what it was. Because you got some stupid motherfuckers sitting up here lying on somebody and claiming that they did something knowing damn well that they didn't. Again, remind me a lot about this YouTube. Folks going around lying, fucking with people's personal lives, calling police, putting up on people's houses and stuff, doing all this shit. And then when you get fucked up, a lot of you want to cry wolf. And I get it, you know, it's a roasting game here and there, but why we can't just leave it at the roasting game? If that's what it is. If it's a roasting game, leave it at the roasting game. Bringing people, kids in, they family in, doing all this bullshit. I mean, come on, you're going too far with this shit. And for what? A few pennies? Or just get somebody to big you up? I mean, what's really going on here? And the stuff y'all be doing with people, kids. Oh, Jesus Christ. And again, not just YouTube, it's all over social media. The stuff y'all do with these people, kids. And how bad y'all be talking about these people, kids, to the point that some of y'all even sexualizing these folks, kids. Talk about nasty sexual shit you would do to these people, children. And you got some people that still big you up when you do that. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. So anyway, as always, guys, I'm going to see if I can reach out to her parents and see can I talk to them and maybe they can give me more detail what's going on with this story because right now, you know, okay, we know what happened, but we don't know the beginning. What started all of this, you know, that's what I want to know. What started all of this, you know, and what was her role in what happened with all this? You know, what was her role in, or if she had a role at all? You know, some people just look at you, just don't like you for no reason whatsoever. They just, like they do, judge a book by its cover, and boom, I don't like you. Damn, I don't even know you. I ain't did shit to you, so why you don't like me? It could be one of them situations. I don't know. But that's what I want to know now. What happened in the beginning? What started all this? And what led to this? That's what I want to know now. And to you, Ms. Evans, dear, I'm going to say this to you. Again, blessings to you. This didn't turn out bad. This didn't turn out... Blessing to you that it didn't turn out that they came in with gun blazing, but like the man said, you know, there's only one person there with a gun, but still, probably one too many if you ask me. But I understand if you was a threat, I guess they would have to neutralize the situation, you know. But you know, hey, good you're still alive and you're able to tell this story, and you are still going on with your lesson. You're not letting these stupid motherfuckers stop you from getting your lesson. So for that, ma'am, I salute you on that. And to the father, you know, I don't know how heavy you are in her life, but if you are heavy in her life, brother, hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You feel me? There's nothing better than having a mother and a father that had a big dealings with their children. There's nothing like a mother and a father. And from what I'm saying right now, y'all doing a hell of a job. All right? So, Dad, salute to you, man. All right? Other than that, guys, hey, I'm going to try to keep this story, and if he does release the body footage, I'll come back and show y'all what really happened and everything. But right now, this is all what I have for this. Anybody who down there who know more about the story, hey, hit me up, bigcdt@gmail.com. Hey, let me know what's going on. I'll put my email in the comment section. It's your man, Chris Thorns, and as always, tell me what you think, and yeah, catch y'all next time. Peace.